Jesus just to take him at
One of my favorite ever movies is Second-Hand Lions. Go and watch that movie. It's about these two grumpy old men living on a farm in the US, and their young nephew comes to live with them. And he quickly learns that these two brothers lived an amazing, exotic existence back in their heyday. Hand-to-hand combat with sheiks and marrying princesses and stuff like this. And the movie is really about how this young boy helps these two oldies recover their zest for life. By the end of the movie, these two men have attempted to fly their biplane upside down through a barn, which didn't end well for them. But there at the scene of their accident, a helicopter lands and this wealthy Middle Eastern man jumps out with his little boy. The little boy looks at the airplane and says to his dad, "So are those men in Grandpa's stories?" Obviously referring to the sheik that these two men battled those years ago. These men in Grandpa's stories, they really lived? And the nephew of these two men looks up and says, "They really lived." And in our time, there's some skepticism about Jesus. I read a Facebook comment the other day that said Jesus is just a fictional person that the church made up. And I want to say, no, he really lived. He really lived. Not only is it an historically accurate fact that a man named Jesus Christ lived around 2,000 years ago, but boy, did he live. He lived to the full. He said this, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy, but I have come that you may have life and have it to the full." John 10 verse 10. Life to the full. Jesus couldn't offer us life to the full if he didn't possess it himself. But Jesus really lived with all his might. There's an old poem by Henry David Thoreau that says he wants to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life. Well, Jesus lived deep. He sucked the marrow out of life. And he came to give us a deep life, not just breath in our lungs, but a real life in all its fullness. Friends, are we living life to the max? I'm not talking about flying biplanes upside down, although that does sound fun, but about giving your life for God. Do you know about a man named Wally Heron? He was known as the condor of the jungle. He used to fly his plane to faraway places to share the gospel with others. A pilot missionary. That's an adventure, more so than flying your plane upside down through a barn. Life in all its fullness is life with God, life on a God adventure, when the substance of our lives is about our communion with God and the mission we're on for him. Oh man, it gets exciting. So friends, what adventure are you going to go on for God? Don't think small, think big. Live with all your might. Go out there and do something great for God. Maybe it's time for you to live deep and suck the marrow out of life instead of just breathing another breath. Don't think God is boring, but he will give you life to the full if you have the courage to grab it.
grace to trust him more.